The summary without the parenthesis. The summary is Shir Hashirim Yishakenim Neshikas Pihu, which is referring, Rashi explains, to the revelation of the inner secrets, timing of Torah, Pnimius HaTorah, Gilui Soy Tameh or Mistarts von Isser, should be lost with love, and that's the connection. Kitovim deidecha miyayin, your friendship is better than wine. Why invoke wine? Because wine is the in the Pnimius HaTorah. So, and that's all connected with Simcha. Lasud Lava is the revelation of godliness. He explains that Simcha is connected when something is contained and is revealed, liberated. That brings to Simcha. The whole nature of Simcha is expansion. So the wine, why does wine bring to Simcha? Because the wine was contained in the grape and then comes out. And it also causes, as I mentioned in the Maamar, because of the physiologically, the person to express himself for the boundaries to loosen or to be transcended. So that's the end of Simcha. So what's the point? Pnimius HaTorah Simcha. I'm going to say the Pnimius HaTorah component is because of the relationship to Pesach. That's the Nekuda. That the Shir Hashirim B'chlal, many of the Psukim talk about Pesach. And this one as well, because Pesach is Moyadim, the first of the Yom Tovim, which is Moyadim L'Simcha, in Shir El B'yayin, in Simcha El B'yayin. Wine is integral to the union of Simcha. That's the thrust. Yesh L'Kashe Zeh in Pesach. The connection to Pnimius HaTorah is that Pesach is open the channel for all gulas, including Lasud Lava. It won't be Lasud Lava is the Gilui Pnimius HaTorah. That's parenthetic. But the thrust here is the union of Simcha connected dafka to wine, and he brought the figure Rebbe would drink a glass of wine at every meal, even Chol HaMoed. Even Chol HaMoed is Moyadim L'Simcha, not with respect to Malacha work, but with respect to the chiv of Karbonis that a person has on Yom Tov, and therefore the obligation to, or the minhag at least, to have this cup of wine every day of Yom Tov. And again, the connection to Lasud Lava.
He doesn't say the minhag. Interestingly enough, he writes Kvisha Poisik Admar as well. That
No.
And we're not yoitzi chayvus of simcha only through wine.
That's talking on Yom Tov itself. The minhag of the Fitting Rebbe is to have
Okay.
Even Chol HaMoed.
Okay.
And that's based on the Alter Rebbe's Psak Din Lagaber Karbonis. It's called Mikra Kodesh Lagaber Karbonis. That wasn't parenthetic, mind you. The parenthetic part was not that. The parenthetic part was a long parenthesis. And no, the Kiyadua, that the Chlal shit, not just this postic, the whole shit Hashirim is connected to Pesach. And then he also spoke about this Shabbos that he's speaking, the Maamar, Shabbos HaGadol, the special connection because it's called Shabbos HaGadol because mainly, many reasons, because of the Nes Gadol that happened. And even though it was the 10th of ניסן, but it was established for not the 10th of ניסן, but always the Shabbos before, because Miriam died. At any rate, so we see the connection between the holy Yetzias Mitzrayim of Pesach, Dafke b'Shabbos before. That was that parenthesis. Okay. Bottom line is, he's saying, what he's speaking about, the union of Simcha, that wine is integral to it. That's the point. Now, is Gimel. Ulahavin, Mailis, Inyan has Simcha, understand the Mail of Simcha, that's the union of wine. The Lachura had Inyan, Tainug Nali Yesmin has Simcha. Tainug, it would appear, is deeper. Tainug is an essential state, and Simcha is an expressive state. So Tainug is a much deeper Inyan. Tainug is silent and Simcha is noisy. It's not true, but there is a maila in simcha over tainug, because this is going to say the source of simcha is very deep. Externally, simcha is expressed in expansion and expression. Now comes the nuance. It's expressed in many different ways and all kinds of pratim. There are lots and lots of details that go into a simcha, a chasana, or any simcha. It's many details. Now, these details, be'emes, are not a distraction. On the contrary, to be able to divide into many parts, and all of it reflecting one thing, that is a deeper expression of Achdus. And only Achdus Apshuta, only absolute oneness can be fragmented in so many details, and yet each detail is nothing other than the expression of the Simcha. It's not something else. So Adarabah, this is a paradox somewhat, perhaps not, but you say it in Chassidus K'mevur B'Teres Chaim Parshas Noach, like the Mittler Rebbe explains, to be able to manifest in so many details, that's only possible because what's happening, what's really being expressed here is that the pshitos, a true, simple, singular, essential state. Now, this is manifested, we see this also in the mile of bin over Chachma. Chachma is in a kudah. Chachma is a simple, pshitos, indivisible. There's no language or words of division yet at that level. And it's only in Bina that the idea is divided and the idea is expanded upon, extended and divided. So the emphasis is, it's not because Bina is less, it's to take the Nakuda. And the Nakuda remains in every single one of these diverse expressions is because of the emphasis is that the source of Bina in the Nefesh is rooted deeper than Chachma. And that's connected to Simcha. Simcha is the same thing as Bina, this expansion. The mother of children is joyous. Of course, Ima, Chachma's father, and Bina is mother. Bonim refer to the Midas. So Eim Habonim Smecha, the mother of children, rejoices. So the union of Simcha, as it translates into the Midas and all the way down to Pel Mamish, this is the Simcha of the mother. A house, members of the house, which is the Balabosta, she is the house. She actually is the house. She's the home. So the home also has tremendous detail and diverse components to it. But be'emes, if you walk into the house, you feel one thing. You feel the Balabosta, and hopefully you feel the Simcha.
And hopefully you feel the husband too.
As part of it all, yeah. But everything is all the expression of one Inyan. And it's all, that's the Inyan of Simcha. It's expansive, but it's one Nakuda. It's one Inyan. Pnimius. The father in Chinuch, the father gives the kolosdik direction. But the Pnimius dike Chinuch, that it should pervade all the details of the child and the child's life. That's the Inyan of the mother. And that's because she has a higher shirish. Therefore, she can thread that oneness, that nakuda, is a yid, a chassid, etc., in so many details of the child's life. So v'gam yain to begin as bina. So wine is also the Inyan of bina. See teres chayim. See the connection, expansion. Wine brings out brings out, expresses. Zel gamin dalet kaises. Oh, Baruch Hashem. So this is the union of dalet kaises dafke ki yedu she gimel matzah sim keneg gimel meichen da bechachma. The three matzahs, that's masculine, that corresponds to the three meichen da bechachma, which is basically chachma bin and das. The theory. Dalet kaises sim keneg dalet meichen di ima bina. What's the dalet meichen of ima? That is bina and das, and the midas, chesed and gevura, which are
To unlock your
already included, which is the whole point of bina is to produce to bring it down to the midas and behavior, etc. So the daled meichen of bina already includes das, as it splits into the various directions of chachma of chesed. Can I say chachma bina? Sorry, chesed gevura. Sorry, chesed gevura. Daled meichen of bina is bina, das, and chesed and gevura. Clear? Because the whole point is to bring it down. It's chalkos. So now we know why there's three matzahs and there's four kaises, because matzah is a masculine thing. It's dry, tasteless, and made very quickly. Adarabah. The whole point is the quicker the better. And bina's wine that steeps, that's longer, that develops nuance, etc., etc. Simcha. Pasha Begashmis is in the creation of a child. His role is very external and fleeting. And she takes the child and absorbed within her very self, developed. It's like wine. And all the pratim emerge there of the child. From the undifferentiated seminal state as it is by the father. That's matzah, it's made quickly, it's tasteless. So that's in of Gimel Meichen of Aber Chachma, the Dalet Kaises, which is the union of Bina, Meichen the Ima. Yeah, we're clear, folks? Yeah? Yes?
Yes.
The guys on the... Good. We said before, the final redemption is all connected to Pesach. Pesach opened up the channel to all redemptions, and in fact, all Golusin are called Mitzrayim. Chazal, Kol HaGolis and Nikra, Hashem Yitzham, Hashem Shemitzina, Yisrael. All Golos are called Mitzrayim because they press, they can, Yidden, opposite of Simcha, contain. So what's the connection to what? To the singing of Bina. Bina Dafka Telasid Lavai. In Omer Chazal, Shelasid Lavai, Yemel Yitzchak Dafka Kiata Avina. There's a pasuk. I'll be to the pasuk. The Lasid Lavai will say only about Yitzchak, you are our father. The pasuk. No, it's not here. I don't know. No. I thought I took a picture of it. Here's the pasuk. No, it's a different pasuk. Al-Kapani will only mention Yitzchak. And the Gemara says because only Yitzchak defended the Yidden. Lasset love, Ibish is going to want to exact retribution. And he asks Avram, what should I do? Avram says they sinned, so punishment. Yaakov did the same thing. So Yitzchak said, Ibish says to Avram and Yitzchak, this is how you defend your children? It's a strong lotion there. No wisdom in the elderly, and there's no advice in the young. Avram being the Zokin and Yaakov being the young. The Ibish turns to Yitzchak, and Yitzchak says, basically, they're your children. You're rejecting your own children. They said Nasa, and they committed to you. They said Nasa v'nishma. So now they sinned, therefore it's over. Oh, I was waiting for this. So we will therefore say, Lasid Lovai will turn to Yitzchak Yatovinu. You have our true father, or our deeper father. What's the connection? It's a beautiful Gemara. Can't find it. I thought I took a picture of it. No. No. Short. So what's the connection to Bina? Because Yitzchak is Gvura. Gvura, which is about division. It's rooted in Bina, which is about division. Yitzchalkus. Okay, now, and we said before, and Bina, and the division of Bina is connected to the pure oneness. So therefore, concluding the point, this is the Dalit Koisis of Pesach, which union of Bina, this is also connected to La'asid Lavai, namely Yitzchak, Gvura, Bina. Clear? How can we say this when Pesach is associated with Avraham? We said before, this doesn't contradict with that which is known. But in Zohar, that the three Yomim Tovim, Shem Keneged Gimel Avos, She Pesach Keneged Avraham, Kava Yemin. Pesach is all Gilui Chesed, Hashem taking us out. And where do we see it by Avraham's life? Shenemar Lushi Vasiyugas. He told Sarah when they came, the Malachim, to make breads, cakes, that was Pesach. And now we're saying, is Dafka connected to Yitzchak? Answer. The Pesach Lavrom mitzad the matzah dafka. Takim mitzad the of matzah. Pesach is connected to Avram. Ab mitzad the inyan hayayin shebe Pesach. Beginning of wine. Hein mitzad hayin the dalat kaises. The wine connection on Pesach, number one, because of the dalat kaises. Hein mitzad kolosin amoidim, and also because the fact moidim the simcha. It's a time of simcha, and especially the fact shachak Pesach on sheshonder the legolim, as the Mishnah says, is considered the first in the order of the Yomim Tovim. So that is inyan of what? That's a Yitzchak inyan. Shaykh Pesach lakav hasmoil. So it's dafke shaykh the Gvura, Bina and Gvura, and that's Lasid Lovei, and that's why Vizergam also should conclude because Shaykh is the Pesach, the final redemption, which is the culmination of the first Geula. Yom Yitzchak, they'll say Yidden will say Yitzchak to Gevura, Dafka Kiatavina. The friend, this is all connected to we were learning. Did someone tell me? The Basi Lagani, Chofhe, and Memhe, the Givaldige Chiddush.
The Maila is the union of Gevuris.
Yeah, that the Maila would be this Galda there, the Dafka and the Gevura and the Hamlet, Tzimtzum, the Tachten, therein lies the deepest connection. Kiato Avinu. Okay, you continue. Ois Dalet. Yes, the writing in there, because we're saying that we just said now that Pesach is making the association more with Dalet Kaises than what? Than Matzah. Dalet Kaises is Medivri Sofrim, the Rabbanon. Matzah is the Isaac, we say that. That's what's coming now. Back with beer mile Dalet Kaises shall yain al gimel Matzah to explain the mile of the Dalet Kaises of wine over the gimel Matzahs. The fee, why? Shadal da kaisis in Medivri Sofrim, Dafke because in Medivri Sofrim, Shagodla Malos Mal Divrei Torah, greater even is their mile on the words of Torah itself. K'may Merazal, it's brought in Yerushalmi, Chamurim v'chavivim, Eibishter says, Divrei Sofrim, Yosem Medivrei Torah, more precious, more Chamurim, I consider it more Chomor, more, what's the word? Serious, more chomor, more better word.
Stringent.
To say stringent. Yeah. And more precious are the words of the Sofrim, more than divrei Torah. We find in halacha also that the Chacham sometimes made their dinim more stringent than a Torah law. The reason for that is people shouldn't treat it lightly. But the Pnimius is because it's a reflection, Taka, of even as he's going to explain it, deeper chvivus. Actually, it's based, I'm going to bring it here, but it's also based on this pasuk. it's a chazal in this pasuk on Shir Hashirim that toivim deidecha miyayin. Better is your friendship. The yayin goes on. There, yayin goes on divrei Torah, and deidecha your friendship. That's the divrei chachamim. It's actually there's a Maimon chazal on this pasuk. It's a gemara. It could be a medrash. At any rate, but now we're going to explain. Doesn't bring it l'chayda because he's bringing out the mile of yain dafke, and there it's toiv the decha yain kaponim. But that inyan that chamurim chavim divrei sofrim. Now he's going to explain how this could be. Be the inyan the hinay divrei tev divrei sofrim. So what are these two things? If teresh b'ksam teresh balpeh. They've written all the oral law. It doesn't bring it here. Maybe you'll bring it later. But the pasuk Shma b'ni musar avicha ve'altito ishteres imecha. This is my child to the teachings of your father Musar, and do not abandon the laws of your mother. Says Rashi there from Chazal. It's referring to Teresh B'Ksav and Teresh B'Pen. It's consistent. But he's saying over here, Teresh B'Ksav is male. That's matzah. That's deraisa. Teresh B'Ksav is the female, and therefore the Chachamim were mesak in the inyan of Dalet cases. But now he's going to explain the inyan of Teresh B'Ksav and Teresh B'Peh. It's all consistent with Chacham and Bina. The difference is Teresh B'Ksav B'chinas Klal. Teresh B'Ksav is the general principle. Again, it's the seed. B'chinas HaChachma. But you don't know what to do, how to behave from Teresh B'Ksav in any law. Teresh B'Peh, B'chinas Prat. What's Teresh B'Peh? Is the details. B'chinas HaBino. Shekol Protei Inyan Moshe Teresh B'Peh Klulim Behelem Teresh B'Ksav. All the details that emerge in Teresh B'Peh exist in a latent, concealed state in Teresh B'Ksav. They come from a concealed state to reveal it. Again, the yayin, all consistent here, the female from a concealed, latent, potential state to an actual state. Now, moreover, in Teresh B'Peh itself, with every generation, the detail emerges. You see, Pashat, the Svarim, Driba Chidushim, and details in halacha and on all levels of Torah. Chazal dasha the pasuk in Shir Hashirim. The pasuk says, Shishim heimal malchus, 60 queens, and 70 concubines, and alomos, ein mispar, and young maidens without end. So it says Chazal, Shishim heimal, I'm not 70, 80 concubines. Shishim heimal malchus ela mishnayis. That's the whole mishnayis is 60. All the mesechtes. Ushmoinim pilagshim, the 80 pilagshim, the concubines secondary to the mishnah ela habraises. That's referring to the braises. Braises means outside. They're part of the general genre of Tanoim, but it's composed basically later, and it's they're outside the actual Mishnah. Valomis in Mispar and young maidens without end. They halachas. That's the halachas. Endless. Sheim members ha'meroyim. That's the teachers of the meroyim that follow the Tanoim, follow the braises. V'haino shabrais Shem lachre Mishnah. Understand exactly why it's up. The braises exist. I don't know. I have to look into this. I'm sure there was some composed after the Mishnah, but they're at the time of the Mishnah. If you don't know, he just some were not included. He included in the Mishnah the seminal ones. Okay, I'll look into it. Ben Stamba also there's literally composed later, as he says. It goes on to say, in the Braises, the Braises have much more detail, more than the Mishnayos. If you see, the Gemara always brings it, it brings more detail. So that is that's the 80 concubines. But in Mispar, it's a bigger number than the 60 Mishnayos. How do you Bakbola dying? Still limited. I'm going to meet one of the guys who just didn't join yet. The Brises are close to the time of the Mishnah. It's the same genre, the same epoch. Therefore, the number isn't that much bigger, symbolically, 60 and 80. So I just want to tell you a beautiful Gemara. This I did take a picture of. It's talking here about, oh, now I found Ki'ata Avinu. You're not looking for it, you find it. Okay, now I hope to find this. Yeah. So it's describing Rus, that Boaz gave her grain and she ate. It describes that she ate, she was satisfied, and she left some over. So the Gemara gives all kinds of explanations here, the level of drush. And one of them is, what's it doing here? Go away. Sorry. One of them is that she ate here. She ate that's referring to time of David, Torah. Torah is absorbed and eaten time of David and Shlomo. Vatizba, she satisfied b'mei Chizkiah. Vatoisa, she left over b'mei Rabbi. What does he want to bring out? He wants to bring out the time of Rabbi, the compiler of the Mishnah. Shemei Rabbi hem hemshech l'zman abayis. Rabbi is still a hemshech to Chizkiah and to Shlomo and David. So this is still, even though Teresh Bapes being developed at that point by the Mishnayos and even the Brises, it's still very early. When does Torah really expand and get all of the details? It's in the period following the Mishnayos and time of Gemara, and then even later still. To be continued, friends. Okay.